Alright, okay, so task 2. It's in your workbook. It says devise strategies for lifelong well-being, considering barriers and enablers to those. So essentially what you need to do, you really need to remember these sort of 4 key points when you're doing that. You've spent a lot of time looking at your past experiences, and then you've questioned some assumptions or trends that have shaped your experiences and how you see and view physical activity moving forward. What you need to do is, when you're explaining how you're going to develop strategies, they have to be linked to what you've talked about in task 1. Okay? So what I mean by that is, if you've gone and talked about gender stereotypes, then you'd be very wise to talk about that as being one of your barriers in task 2. So that's a barrier. How are you going to overcome that? What are the strategies you're going to use? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you don't, then what you're risking is not achieved, because this task 2 has to link to task 1. Because it's no good to be talking about all these, well, you've done some beautiful work for task 1, and then be silly to park that and just start talking abstract about something else. Okay, so make sure there's a flow. Right? That's why it's important to plan. Explain in detail your barriers and enablers and how you plan to overcome them. Essentially, that's what task 2 is you're looking at what's helping you to keep active and how you're going to amplify that. So what are you going to keep doing? What's stopping you, or potentially stopping you, or has been stopping you in the past? What are you going to do to overcome that? So it's really looking at what are you going to start doing, what are you going to stop doing, and what are you going to keep doing. Those are the things you're looking at. Explain in detail how and why your strategies will affect your well-being. Do not forget to do that, because it's in the title of the achievement standard, so linking everything back to your well-being. You could do that at the end of each strategy, or you could do that at the end in a summation paragraph. It's up to you. And for some of you, you'll need to challenge a second assumption. Okay? And the 5th point, which I haven't put there, is research. You need to add some research to back up what you're talking about. Alright? For example, we're going to go in to look at the moment, research and what it says about what it does for your well-being. We're going to have a look at what the trends are for physical activity for teenagers going into young adulthood by gender, by age, by ethnicity. And then we're also going to look at where physical activity is done, like where it's done mainly at schools, is it done in the community, whereabouts in the community, etc. So that there can come into your answer. I'm going to do a session on that now. Is there any questions while we've got the video running? Because that might be good to hear those questions.